Forget gurus. Forget anyone claiming to be an online business expert without going through the challenges of entrepreneurship themselves. The Real Money, Real Business podcast is here to prove the best insights in online business comes from your fellow online business builders. We dig into stories of entrepreneurs selling their business on the Empire Flippers marketplace so that you can learn how they made their business profitable, how they overcame obstacles, and what lessons they learned in their online journey. If you want to take your business and your knowledge to the next level, you've come to the right podcast. Let's get started.
Hello everyone, Craig here with another great business to discuss on this episode of the Real Money, Real Business podcast. Today's guest is Christian and he's selling his Amazon FBA and e-commerce business on the Empire Flippers marketplace. So welcome to the show, Christian, and how are you doing today?
Thank you, Craig. I'm fine, thank you. I'm enjoying the sunny weather in Spain.
Yes, I'm very jealous. It's getting cold here in Portugal, so good to hear that you're enjoying that. And I'm looking forward to talking about your business today. But before we dive in, let's go over a brief summary of the business. So it's an Amazon FBA and e-commerce business in the sports niche, created in January 2017. The average monthly revenue for the business is $34,392, and it makes an average of $7,933 net profit each month. For everyone listening, you can visit empireflippers.com/marketplace and search for listing 49210 to learn more about the business. Or you can unlock this listing to start your due diligence if you're interested in purchasing this asset. So now that I've given a general overview of the business, let's have a look what's included in the sale. So we have the domain with all site content and files, an Amazon Seller Central account with 37 SKUs, an Amazon listing transfer for the EU accounts, an email list, trademark, social media accounts for Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and Google, SOPs, supplier contracts and relationships, employee contracts, photo and video assets, listing translations, and inventory is not normally included in the list price, but further details can be provided to active buyers. And it's important to note that this Amazon FBA business sells in the UK and EU marketplaces and sells using the Pan-European program. The seller pays VAT in all European countries. Okay, Christian, now let's hear from you. Can you tell us a little about your background in building and running online businesses?
Yeah, sure. I come from a programmer background. I've been working for 15 years in computer programming. And at the beginning of 2016, I had a friend of mine came to me saying that she had a great product idea, but didn't know where to start in order to make that product a reality. So back then, I was in a situation where I previously quit my job, so I could relax a while and search for something less stressful than computer programming. So when I heard about my friend's problem, I was intrigued because I didn't know how a product was made, was created. So she didn't want to tell me what her great idea was. Back then, she was under the impression that she got that $1 million idea, that even if she told someone, she would lose some money or something like that. And to be honest, I was thinking like that also, that if you have a great product idea, implementation is the smallest step in this process. So I started searching online to see how a product was made and how it could get to the consumer in the end. Quickly came around some Amazon courses. I found an old course from ASM, that's Amazing Selling Machine. And from there, I started attending all the webinars possible and listening to podcasts. This took like 6 months maybe until I came up with a product to sell. And I started sourcing it from China. It took another 6 months to get to Amazon because I wanted to be like this perfect product with the perfect pictures and everything. That product failed, by the way. And in the meantime, I sourced a lot of local products and sent them to FBA, just 1 or 2 units for each product. I had like 800 or 900 SKUs at that time. And this pointed me into the right direction for what products are the most looked for in the market, what are the most easily sellable products. And it also gave me a quick course on how Amazon is working, how is the competition with other sellers, the dealing with seller support, customer support, and things like that. So yeah, 5 years later, here we are speaking with Empire Flippers.
Excellent story. Some great detail into history there. So you are on Amazon FBA, but there's also an e-commerce element to this business, right?
Yes, it's something similar to Amazon FBA. It's a platform in Romania. It's called eMag, and it's like the Amazon for Eastern Europe. Yeah, they have their own warehouses, they have their own logistics. It's called FBE, not FBA, fulfilled by eMag. And I'm on that platform also since a year ago.
Okay. And I see that you sell across many countries in the Amazon marketplace. Is that predominantly?
Yes, the main marketplaces are in Europe. As you said at the beginning, it's all European marketplaces, including those two that came around earlier this past year, the Netherlands and Sweden. And also last year, I've extended to US and Canada. 2 years extended to Australia. Quite a lot of extension there.
Quite right. You're covering the whole globe. So the main marketplaces where you get the most sales, is it Spain and other European countries?
Yes, European countries, definitely, because there is where I started. And from them, Spain is the main marketplace because that is where I'm located at. And I think it seems like to be the busiest marketplace to build up.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So predominantly make earnings from Amazon FBA with a small portion from e-commerce. When did you expand to e-commerce? Did you do that from the start or was that a bit later on?
Yes, e-commerce is the eMag platform that I told you about. I started selling there at the beginning of 2020. So yeah, around 1 year. It's a fairly new marketplace. It's not a lot of competition. They have a very good market share in Romania. They are extended also in the nearby countries, Poland, Bulgaria, and Hungary, although they don't have an FBA-like program in those countries, only Romania. But I'm sure that sooner they will have warehouses there also. And it's a very big platform in that area in Eastern Europe.
Okay. And are there any considerations with, for example, a potential buyer who's not in Europe, from the US or Canada and such? Is there any considerations that they should take into account when selling in Europe or using eMag and stuff like that?
Yeah, sure. Well, we have in Europe, we have VAT. So that is something that I think most foreigners find difficult, but it's not a difficult step to take. I mean, they have VAT, it's like sales tax in the US, and it's something that a company can step in and do all the VAT declarations for the seller. I work with Avask, for example, that is an international company that does all the VAT filings and everything, and it's pretty straightforward. They connect to your Amazon account and they take all that data. You don't have to give them any data. Just at the end of each month, they pass you an invoice and you just have to pay that to a corresponding country, and that's it. No difficulties there.
Okay, makes a lot of sense. So what do you do in terms of marketing for this business at the moment?
Marketing, there is PPC, but I'm not very good with PPC, so there's not great amount of traffic coming from there. I use social media, but I think that at a very basic level, I have a lot of influencers, but they are not big influencers. So I have made some tests with some influencers to see what the traffic from Instagram can be. And Amazon attribution for this that came in Europe a few months ago. And the traffic is very low number of sales, at least from my influencers. I mean, I have like 6 sales in the last 2 months or something like that coming from Instagram. So most of the traffic is organic. The social media part is something that the new buyer could improve to search for bigger influencers, something like 200K followers or more, see what the results are with this type of influencer, because this niche has a lot of big influencers and a lot of small influencers, of course. And many people are driven by this type of sports influencers. And lately with the pandemic and everything, seems like influencers came out of the ground and a lot of people following. And I think it could be a good strategy to further improve on this business, go finding bigger influencers.
Sure. What are the opportunities for growth do you think there are for this business?
I think there are a lot of opportunities. I mean, I would concentrate. This is something that I wanted to do, but didn't have the time or the resources. I would concentrate on adding an iPhone or Android app for all the products. This app can be part free and part paid. Content for this app is very easy to create. I have many ideas for this app, and I can give more details if the buyer is interested, of course. Another part to concentrate on is the website. This is something I would do first. The website now is developed using WordPress, and it's only there to showcase the products. And I will switch it up over to Shopify and start selling there also. I would use the current 3PL that we have in Spain in order to fulfill orders in Europe. And this 3PL has integrations with Shopify, WordPress, Amazon FBA, and I think that they have other integrations also. And all orders are automatically fulfilled. So the effort to have an extra selling channel is minimum, I think. The creation of the Shopify site that can be externalized, translated into 5 languages to have most of Europe covered. We have very good translators that we work with. And this Shopify site could also be used to host a blog, to attract buyers, and have a members area that we can collect emails and have special offers to the current customers. The idea is to bring customers to us because the customers that are now Amazon's customers and they want to share less information about them. So the idea is to have our own customer base list and work with them. Then, I don't know, big part to concentrate on is ranking on each Amazon marketplace, or at least the biggest ones, US, UK, Germany. There is the need to purchase more inventory while using the existing one to do some ranking campaigns so we can compete with the biggest players out there. I have never done a ranking campaign, for example, but the brand has a huge potential if it's positioned correctly. And the lack of cash flow to do this is one of the reasons that I want to sell the business. I think it deserves someone that could take it to the next level. Then it's the typical, though we have a huge growth potential doing some ranking campaigns with the existing products. There are a lot of complementary products that the new buyer can focus on. There are several products that our clients asked for throughout the years, and I can give more information to the buyer about this. Yeah, so there is the influencers that we talked earlier. After building that Shopify site, we can speak with bigger influencers, at least 200K, I think, followers. Then is the PPC, hiring someone that knows good PPC or finding a good software that does this for him. For the last year, for example, I haven't used PPC in half of the year. I'm using PPC at the moment, but I'm sure that it can be done much better. So yeah, this is a very good thing to improve on.
Yeah, plenty of opportunities for growth there, and they sound like some solid strategies, what you've discussed. So how come is it that you're selling the business at this point?
There are 2 main reasons. Well, the main one is that I want to concentrate on a family business. My mother designs and manufactures leather bags for women, well, for men also, and she has like more than 40 years of experience in this field. And 2 years ago, she worked, I'm from Romania, and we had a factory in Romania, and we moved to Spain 18 years ago. She didn't continue making leather bags, and around 2 years ago, I convinced her to buy some sewing machines and some leather and start designing some bags. I sent her to a course here in Spain to freshen up the knowledge that she had, and want to dedicate 100% of my time to this business. I want to fully understand it from the ground up. I want to run it. I want to market it. I want to make it work online because I know that I have the experience to do so, and it's a shame, I think, not to do it. And this, apart from my full attention, it's money to buy some better equipment, to hire some help. Well, the other motive is what I told you earlier, that I don't have the necessary cash flow to grow this business. This is a competitive niche, and it needs someone with enough power to step in and compete with the bigger brands. I've done it in smaller marketplaces like Spain, Italy, France, but I don't have the cash flow to go after a marketplace like the US, for example. The brand is very well seen on Amazon. Customers are happy with the quality and with customer support. The growth capacity is very high in popular niche, but indeed, I don't have the resources to further grow the brand as it deserves. Earlier this year, Amazon has unified also all the reviews from all the marketplaces. So now the US, Canada, and any other marketplace that is new to this brand, because I've only gone to US and Canada earlier last year, they all share the reviews. So in US now we have 600 plus reviews for all the products. Everything is 4.5 stars and up. So yeah, it's a great opportunity to go there and do some ranking campaigns and get this thing up. It's not like before. When you enter the marketplace with a new product, you had 0 reviews, nobody knows you, and you have to build everything from the ground up again. Now you have all these shared reviews and it's a lot easier.
Absolutely, yeah. Good move to expand in the US and Canada, and I wish you the best of luck with that other venture. So for the day-to-day work for this business, what do you do for maintenance?
Not much. I mean, answer some customer emails. This is something that maybe happens twice a month. Making some invoices, average is like 5 or 10 a month maximum. Watch the PPC campaigns. It's like 10 minutes each week, I think. And do some customer support when there is a bad review by template email to the customer to see what is wrong. And I also email the customer when we have a return, just like proactively to see if there was something wrong with the orders. And we can avoid bad reviews this way. And all these emails are templates, so it doesn't take too much time to answer.
Okay, and what skills or requirements do you think there are for someone who is not familiar with this niche or business model?
I don't think they would need any particular skills at all. I mean, everything can be externalized these days, so no particular skills.
Yeah, maybe just a foundational knowledge of how Amazon FBA works.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and what do you think are the biggest risks with this business that a buyer should be aware of?
I don't see any big risks. This is an established brand and it's enrolled in brand registry. So we have like peace of mind that we're staying in a Kun-like environment because we only sell our private label products. Nobody from outside is messing with you and you don't mess with nobody outside. So yeah, the brand has been around for years on Amazon. I'm not even worried about Chinese competitors or Amazon performance. If you do things right, you don't have to worry.
Yeah, sounds like you've built up a pretty solid business here, and we've gone over the growth opportunities and all the great things about this business. But just to summarize all that, why do you think this is a business worth buying?
Because it's a great niche. It's one that is not seasonal. Even more, it's one that is growing every year, and even more is growing in the last 12 months due to the pandemic, is growing a lot. I think that people have shifted their habits, and I think that it will stay this way because they are starting to appreciate this type of product even more, and it has been converted into a must-have for everyone in their homes because they work from home now, because they spend a lot of time in their homes. They are like afraid to go to the gym maybe. So yeah, I think it's a great niche. Then the brand is well established. The products have great customer reviews, all of them above 4.5 average. Looking at the numbers, one can see the out of stock periods that I have. I had out of stock periods every year because of the lack of the cash flow. So if the buyer can go without running out of stock, the brand will only build up even more. I think that there is a tremendous growth potential, and in an ever-growing market where this brand has only a very small market share at the moment. So yeah, the buyer could improve on that a lot.
Excellent stuff. Yeah, I would agree with all of that. So regarding the sale of the business, would you commit to a non-compete?
Yes, of course. I'm not interested in the same niche. I will go into manufacturing of leather goods. So after the sale, so yeah, of course, no problem there.
And how much support are you willing to offer buyers? Are you going for the standard 30 days of email and Skype support?
I'm willing to give all the support that the buyer needs. I mean, for example, we can do a 1 hour call weekly by Skype or Zoom or whatever. I can also answer emails, WhatsApp, whenever he needs advice for strategies or processes. And I'm sure that the buyer will get a handle of it very quickly, but I can be available for a few months so we can be sure that the new owner is comfortable with the business. I mean, from that point of view, absolutely no problem at all.
Excellent. I'm sure a potential buyer will really appreciate knowing that they can get that support to ensure the smooth transition of the sale. So are you open to negotiating something like an earnout?
No, I need to fully concentrate on the new business. And I also need all the cash to build this business up. I mean, I don't want to have another cash flow problem. And I think this would be a hold down for that brand if the cash flow and
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Is there anything else you'd like to share that I might have missed?
No, I don't know. I mean, I don't have any employees, but I can reference a VA that is working with me for this other business. And she has experience with my brand because she did some stuff with this brand, and she can do customer support, invoices, modifying listings, A+ content, store content. She can handle translators. So yeah, she speaks Italian, Romania as the mother tongue, and also some Spanish and French. And yeah, she knows the brand and its products and could be a great asset to have at least the beginning for, I don't know, 1 month or so.
Excellent. That's really good for a potential buyer to know. Yeah, brilliant. Thank you very much for your time, Christian. It's been great talking to you.
Yeah, great talking to you too. I hope that we can find a new home for this brand.
Yes, let's hope so. I've got my fingers crossed for you. All right, everyone. Thanks for listening. To learn more and see if this listing has already been sold, head over to empireflippers.com/marketplace and search for listing 49210. If you're watching this on YouTube, click the link in the description to go straight to the listing. Once you've unlocked this listing, you'll be given everything you need to know about this business. So until next time, enjoy your digital journey.